Oh, yes, I see what you mean. There certainly is a presence here. Well, I can take care of this for you today if you'd like. Of course. But to do this, I need the home completely isolated to just me. Well, I do this, of course, because if there is another presence in the room, be it human, spirit, demonic, a foreign entity, I need to be ensured that I know exactly who and what it is. And oftentimes, if there's another person present, the messages can get lost in translation when trying to contact those around me. So, is that something you think you could do today? Thank you so much. I'll allow you to see yourself to the door. All right. You can come out now. It's just the two of us. Come now, I know you're here. I sensed you earlier. Come on out. There you are. No need to be scared. I'm not going to exercise you or anything today. Certainly not. I don't typically enjoy doing that very much, and quite frankly, I don't think it's called for in most situations. No. However, I have heard that you have been creating some poltergeist activity around this home. Is that true? That's all right. You don't have to be embarrassed. Certainly not. I know, especially for spirits, it's like people just go about their day-to-day lives like you don't even exist, like you're not even in the room. And that can be hard, being overlooked so frequently and often, especially when this is your home as well. Of course. However, I don't think the behavior that you have been participating in as of recently has been quite appropriately, and you are causing a lot of fear in this family. Is that your intention? I see you were kind of hoping you could just scare them away. Yes, I understand. I know it can be difficult when someone moves in to your space and suddenly you have to change all that you know to adjust to them, especially when they're remodeling or redecorating, changing everything that you're familiar with. It can oftentimes be extremely difficult, especially for spirits. Of course. However, I did notice when you appeared that you seem to be carrying around a lot of negative energy with you. I assume this is something you've been carrying around for quite some time, right? Of course. And over time, tragedies really build that negative energy. And creates spirits such as yourself that end up overreacting in situations or indulging in poltergeist activity, even though that might not be their root intention. The good news is, though, I don't need to exorcise you from this home. I think you should be allowed to live here. But if I agree to remove all of your extra negative energy and leaving you a lot lighter and lifted in a more pure white light, that you have to agree to be willing to try and cooperate and live with this family. Do you think you could do that for me? Great. I really do think you would feel a whole lot better without all of this negative energy just clinging to you. I take it that you had quite a tragedy before you died. Yes, I see that to be the case oftentimes in situations like yours, but don't you fret. We will go ahead and take care of all of that today. Yes. Oh, I absolutely love to do this. Now, what I'm going to do isn't going to hurt, so you don't have to worry. And if you need to use any of my energy to stay in your current form that you've chosen, just so I can continue to keep my eyes on you and pluck away what needs to be taken away, I can do that as well as yourself. And why don't we talk about what happened to you? I think that sometimes helps, just saying something out loud. And that also helps clear the energy, but I'm just going to pluck away those bad bits of energy, and then after I'll resculpt the energy that you have left so that you get to build upon a clean and comfortable place. How does that sound? Great. Now I have to get a little bit closer to you. Is that all right? Wonderful. Thank you. So, first, I'm just going to burn a little bit of incense. I find that it helps clear the energy just overall around yourself. And don't worry, there's no sage. There's nothing that's going to force you off. I'm not that kind of medium. No, of course not. I want to make sure that all the beings here feel quite comfortable in their living conditions. There we go. You like it? Well, good. That's what I hope for. Now, I also have a special mist that I like to just gently spritz around you. And again, this is just to give you the gentle initial cleanse before I really get into the heavy work. Okay? And feel free to just relax into it. I know that even as a spirit, we still can sometimes carry on a lot of weight that we don't need to, a lot of energy that we don't need to, a lot of stress that we don't need to. And the more you relax into it, the easier it's all going to be. Okay? I promise, like I said, nothing that I do should hurt or scare you in any way. I am strictly here to help. Okay? Wonderful. Okay? Is that all right? Great. Now, I just need to assess all of what you are currently experiencing. Yes, I can tell that you've really hung on to this energy for a long time. Poor thing. Well, that's all right. It's all gonna be gone after this. Okay? So, I'm just gonna gently pluck away all the negative areas that you have. And as I said, then I'll go in and just gently massage and make sure that whatever else is left is only what we want, okay? Perfect. So, pluck. Pluck. Feels nice? Good. Pluck. You're doing wonderful. So, how old were you when you passed? Really? But that's not the form that you've taken. Yes, they do say that when we pass, we oftentimes choose to take the form of when we were our happiest. So, how did you go, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I am so sorry about that. Things must have been really difficult for you. Certainly. People don't do those things for just no reason at all. You had a partner? Did they pass with you? No. I see. So why don't you tell me a little bit about them? Mm-hmm. And what year was this? Okay. You know, that was quite a devastating year, just I think for many spirits, because living in general was quite difficult on its own, let alone having a partner who was sick quite often and not being able to bring in any sort of financial stability to the home. It's something that I hear quite often. Mm-hmm. You're not the only one, that's for certain. So did you have any children together? Oh. That is sad. During childbirth. I can understand. Well, things now have improved substantially, so naturally, I can understand how that would be trickier during the time, and considering that they didn't, well, doctors didn't quite have the knowledge that we have nowadays. Probably made things extremely difficult. But I understand the trauma behind that. Of course. I've not experienced it myself, but as far as your energy goes, it certainly shows that you have struggled quite a bit. Okay. I think we are almost done. You've got a bit of a spot here. It's a big one. So, how are you feeling? You certainly are looking much lighter already. Oh, yes. Okay. So, let's just take another look at this. Great. You are looking absolutely wonderful. Absolutely great. See, that didn't hurt at all, did it? Not one bit. Okay, so now I'll just go ahead and massage what we are working with now. Just making sure that it's distributed as evenly and comfortably as possible. Okay? Great. Excellent. Excellent. Great. you feeling? Much better, correct? You are positively glowing, might I say. Truly, you really are. You look absolutely wonderful. See, sometimes just talking about things can really lift your spirits, as they say. Now, no more of this appearing as gremlins, ghouls, goblins, men in hats, dark witches in the corner of the rooms, devilish creatures, alright? No more scratching, no more knocking, none of that. We've got you exactly the way we need you to be and want you to be and feel good as. So no more of this silly business, alright? I certainly don't want you to have to be exorcised from this place, and sincerely, I think the family was a hair's breadth away from calling an exorcist. I'm not joking. So, let's make sure that you are perfect as you are, or as perfect as you would like to be. And that way, we can all live quite nicely together. It's much more enjoyable, I promise you. Okay? Alright, well, if you have any trouble, or if you're finding any difficulty for any reason, always, just give me a call, okay? Thank you. Thank you so much for showing yourself to me today and letting me work on you. I really do appreciate it. But I have to go retrieve the house owner, so I'm sure they're waiting not that patiently outside, alright?